Jackson Center Tigers will take on the Botkins Trojans. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me, Jeremy Plyman from the Botkins Athletic Complex. Shelby County Athletic League volleyball on the floor. Two teams that in this young season both stand at 500. But one thing I don't think you want to do is wake the sleeping Tigers, so to speak, as Jackson Center, a young squad under veteran coach Kim Metz. But you know that the Tigers are going to gradually get better as this season moves along.
They're a team I don't think many want to play when we get down to October, Dave, especially with Kim Metz. She's been around. She's done this for numerous years and one of the best in the area. And she'll get them rolling in the right direction. Right now, you got young Logan Watercutter on the other side, first year. She's got her team, and she's trying to get them out of the gate. They're at 3-3. Had a rough couple ones this week. They dropped one to New Knoxville on Monday, and then they had to go over to Fort Laramie on Tuesday. That's a rough call for anybody to go over there.
And the Trojans, they stand 0-1 in league play, 3-3 overall. Jackson Center 1-1 in Shelby County athletic play, and then 2-2 overall. Jackson Center coming off a win over Anna in 3 sets, 25-17, 25-23, and 25-13. They won their opener against Riverside. A couple of tough losses to Marion Local and Arooshie, two very good volleyball teams.
Today's households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth.
Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Jackson Center and Botkins about to do battle in Shelby County Athletic League play. Our introduction of the officials for tonight's game, and they'll introduce the rosters for these two squads here in just a moment. We want to remind you that our starting lineup are all brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. As they introduce the Jackson Center roster. Introducing the non-starters right now. Now the starters for Kim Metz's Jackson Center Tigers. Keona Suttles. Paige Gooey. Presley Reese. Number 14, McKinley Reichert, Marin Ludwig, and Macy Kloppenstein. That's the starters for Coach Kim Metz. And the starters for the home team, the Botkins Trojans. As we said, starting lineups this year brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. And the starters for the Trojans. Trace Hendrickson. Number 8, Leah Steinke. Number 3, Gabby Griffith. Number 4, Janelle Plattfoot. for Caitlin Barhorst. And Kylie Mack in the lineup tonight. Those are our starters here, brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight, brought to you as always by Keyhole Pizza. And Jeremy first for the visiting Jackson Center Tigers.
Kim Metz finds it real important tonight. She wants to control their controllable. You know, what can you control? Don't get out of the system here, things like that. She wants to focus on the play before it happens. On the play before it happens, know where you're at, make sure you're in rotation, and then control what we can control. Again, don't let outside influences here or in the emotion get into it.
And for the home team, the Botkins Trojans under head coach Logan Watercutter.
Logan wants to eliminate Jackson Center's runs, keep them out of system. She wants to serve tough and add a high percentage, and then serve receive. They struggled with that the other night a little bit against Laramie and New Knoxville, and it kind of put them behind the 8-ball a little bit. They're hoping to get back in, get the ball to Janelle and Jana up front and serve, get it so they can set it for the big hitters in Leah and Trace Hedrickson.
And our keys to the game, as always, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Two teams getting their rotations all set as we're just about ready to get underway. And the Trojans will have it first, and it looks like Leah Steinke will serve it up for Botkins. Shelby County Athletic League, thanks for joining us here on NKTelco Sports. Steinke serve to the back row, Pranger. Back over to Kloppenstein. There's the hit and the point. And the Tigers take a quick 1-0 lead on the McKinley Reichert kill. In serve, Marin Ludwig. Ludwig over to the Trojans. Hendrickson with a hit into the net. It goes, and Jackson Center quickly out in front, 2-0.
Trace has started off the season leading the team in kills. She's got 66 so far on the year, Dave.
Ludwig with a serve. Trojans looking to get on the boards. Hendrickson, we saw her against Bradford, or at least I did. Very impressive contest. First win of the year for the Trojans, and Hendrickson picks up the point with the kill there as she makes it look easy. Oops, I'm sorry, out of bounds. That'll make it 3-0. Trojans looking for that first point. To the back row, Pranger hits it. Tigers are going to have to scramble all the way across by Pranger. What an effort there. Here comes Hendrickson. Soft touch into the net. A little bit too soft, and Jackson Center.
That's a great hustle by Libero there for Jackson Center.
Grace Pranger, that was a great hustle, keeping the ball alive. Trojans a little bit out of rotation, trying to get back in sync. Here comes Ludwig. Back over to Reese. Trojans, there's the hit and the point by Caitlin Meyer. And Botkins on the board after a 4-0 run by the Tigers. 4-1, and serve now Jana Metz. Sophomore will serve it up to the back row. Pranger has a hard time with it. Ludwig will recover. And that'll be a point for the Trojans. All started with the good serve by Jana Metz. First National Bank, think first scoreboard, 4-2 Jackson Center. Here comes Reichert going for the corner, and it's in. McKinley Reichert, the sophomore, with the hit, and it's 5-2.
Jackson Center in a real good rhythm right there. In system, found Reichert. She's their honorable mention from last year. She's one of the girls that they've got back after graduating 8 seniors last year, Dave.
That's quite a recovery act they'll be in the process of this season. But you know, when you've got a program like Jackson Center, they certainly can reload. I think there's, 2 returning lettermen?
2 returning your letterman, Dave.
There goes the hit to the back row. Here comes Hendrickson. Ball is going to be hit by number 7, Plattfoot. Reichert. And it's going to go into the net. Point goes to the Trojans. Libero back into the game, and Grace Springer as it's 6-3 as Reichert looking for that angle hit, but caught the top of the net.
You know, both programs trying to replace some key parts. The Trojans lost Ainsley Munger to graduation. She was their all-county player. Then the Jackson Center Tigers lost Ava Winter and the Clark girl, both who were first and second team all SCAL last year.
Hendrickson. Nice recovery by Kloppenstein. Ludwig gets it over to Reese, and Reese will get the kill, and that makes it 7-3. Riley Barhorst into the Jackson Center lineup.
Jackson Center feeding those 2 sophomores right now. They're going to Reese and Reichert a lot at the net.
Number 11, Sarah Swiger, also into the lineup for the Tigers. Hendrickson has problems on the serve, handling it. Riley Barhorst will pick up the ace. That makes it 8-3. Barhorst with the serve. Looking for the open space, and Caitlin Barhorst finds it, making it 8-4. Trace Hendrickson in serve for Botkins. Prenger will pick it up. Barhorst back over to Reichert. There's the kill. That makes it 9-4.
That's 3 of them already, Dave.
3 already for Reichert. Wow. We're just getting started. It's 9-4. She's in serve now. Over the middle. Dug out there by Gabby Griffith. But once again, point goes to the Tigers. 10-4 the lead. Reichert with a serve. Walders. Trojans on the recovery. Here comes the hit by Ludwig. Tigers just getting good position for that hit. And Reichert will stay in serve. And momentum right now on the Tigers side. Griffith will send it across. Reichert. Barhorst. Trojans keep it alive. Pranger, second hit. Trojans get it over. Soft touch, looking for the open space, but in the net are the Botkins Trojans. That'll make it 12-4, and we've got a timeout. All timeouts this season brought to you by Precision Strip. Our score, Jackson Center 12, Botkins 4. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. McKinley Reichert in serve, and as we're talking during the timeout, Botkins just a little bit out of sync as Reichert gets the ace and makes it 13-4. And Until they're able to get back in sync, Jeremy, it's going to be a tough opening set.
Yeah, because they got Jana and Metz, and she did a real nice job lately. Janelle's played real well this season. Right now, they just can't get in that system where they can get some good sets and get their offense going.
See how they can handle it here. Hit from the right side as Barhorst gets it across, and that'll pick up a point and stop that run. 5-point run there for the Tigers. That makes it 13-5, and in serve, number 7, Janelle Plattfoot for the Trojans. Ludwig back over to Barhorst, and Maren Ludwig comes up with a big hit. Gets the kill, and it's 14-5.
Jackson Center might have lost 8 seniors last year, Dave, but they've got 3 sophomores that are on the come, and Kim Metz likes that.
Certainly does. Paige Guy with the serve. Soft touch by the Trojans. Ludwig. Trojans trying to recover. Reichert back up front to Barhorst. Long strike by Swiger. Now the Trojans trying to get it across. Reichert back over to Barhorst. At the net. Good play by Leah Steinke. And four hits, and it's 14-6. And in serve will be Caitlin Barhorst for Botkins. Barhorst with the serve. Pranger. Suttles gets it across. Here comes the Trojans. Strong hit there by Steinke, and that makes it 15-6 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Presley Reese, number 12, will return to the lineup, as does number 24, Macy Klopfenstein for the Tigers. Klopfenstein with a serve. Griffith unable to handle it in the back row, and that'll make it 16-6.
You know, Dave, one of Coach Watercutter's things, serve receive, and right now it's kind of the thing that's biting Trojans right now, is they're struggling with it a little bit.
Klopfenstein serve. Griffith over to Flatfoot, gets it across, but here come the Tigers. Boy, you know, number 12, just a nice hit there by Presley Reese, and that created all the issues there for the Trojans. That makes it 17-6. Jackson Center, comfortable first set lead. Griffith. Klopfenstein. Back over to Suttles. Here come the Trojans. Hit to the right side, and Kylie Mack.
You know, that time there, Dave, the Trojans were able to get Jackson Center out of system a little bit. They had to free ball it back to the other side, and then it allowed the Trojans to get in their offense, and Kyla Mack got it to the back corner.
Leah Steinke with the serve. Strong serve. Picked up by Ludwig. Here comes Reese. Too strong, and Trojans trying to pick up a little momentum with Leah Steinke in serve here. Ludwig. Ludwig with a hit. Boy, nice recovery. She took the pass from Klopfenstein. That makes it 18-8. Metz will return to the Botkins lineup. Maren Ludwig with the serve. To the back row, and that's long.
The Trojans got Trace Hendrickson back in the game now. I think they would love to probably get her going, Dave, because she's really been kind of out of sync here at the beginning of the game.
Trojans on the attack. Pranger, Kloppenstein over to Suttles, gets it back over. Griffith will handle it. Metz rather. Kloppenstein settles, finds the kill. Makes it 20-9. At least that's what the scoreboard has. First National Bank think first score. Makes it 20-8. So that makes it better. Now it's 19-9. Sorry, folks. I had it 9-19 what it is now. They finally got there. Reese over the net and into the net. And that point will go to Jackson Center. That makes it 20-9.
Don't blame yourself there, Dave. We got the young kids over there running the scoreboard. It's early in the season for them also. Early in the school year, they're still working on that.
That is very true as the hit goes into the net. They're jumping around there a little bit.
Yeah, they are.
Have the score, and I go, must have missed something, which would not be an unusual event. Griffith with the serve. Reichert back over to Guy, and 21-10.
Jackson Center's getting everybody in on the action now. Guy's got a kill. Suttles got one. The Reese and Reichert and Ludwig, they got about 3 apiece.
Riley Barhorst with the serve. And at the net, Metz tried to set it up, but on the other side, Swiger has it. That makes it 22-10. Riley Barhorst. Steinke, Hendrickson. Griffith's got to send it across. Pranger will pick it up. Barhorst back over to Reichert, but it goes into the net. 22-11. Reichert not quite able to get it over the net that time. That puts Trace Hendrickson in the serve for Botkins. Find themselves down by 11 here in the opening set of play. Barhorst. And that's going to be in, number 7, Paige Guy, and that's 23-11. McKinley Reichert with the serve. Her team up 23-11. That's going to be long, and she'll let the Trojans in at 23-12. Kylie Mack rotates back in as Jana Metz goes out. And Pranger tries to handle the serve, and that's going to be an ace for Janelle Plattfoot.
Real strong serve there by Janelle. Put Pranger in a bad spot of little indecision. Do I let it go? Do I take it? Nice serve.
23-13. Plattfoot with a serve. Handled by Ludwig. Here comes the hit by Reichert. 24-13. Keona Suttles back into the Jackson Center lineup, number 5. Paige Guy will serve it as number 10. Comes into the lineup for Ledke, comes back in for the Tigers, who enters the game for the first time. Plattfoot with a set over to the right side, and good strong defense by Maren Ludwig. And that is point number 25. So first set goes to Jackson Center, 25-13. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here at the Botkins Athletic Complex, set number 2 about to begin. And boy, first set, future looks bright for the Tigers. And I like one thing that you had mentioned, Jeremy. Jackson Center is a very aggressive team.
Those 3 sophomores that Kim Metz has right there are going at it. If they make a mistake, they don't hang their head. They come right back at it. The Reichert girl hit one into the net, and the next possession or whatever, they set right back at her, and she just tried to go at it again. They're very aggressive, and Kim Metz, that seems to be her style of play. I'm sure she's all in on that.
And it's they're loose too. Mm-hmm. For 3 sophomores, they're a very loose team, and of course they had a big win here, 25-13. It's league play, and Botkins, on the other hand, just a little bit back on their heels against some of the hits that we've seen from the Tigers.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Dave. They seem like they're a little bit less aggressive, and they're trying to react to everything that Jackson Center's doing, and it's showing up. They're not. One thing Coach Watercutter wanted to do was serve receive well, and they haven't been great at that, and it's put them in some bad spots right there. And point number 1 for Jackson in the second set.
So it's 1-0 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard as Macy Kloppenstein served it up for the Tigers. Steinke will have it. Back over to Metz. There's a hit by Hendrickson, and that's a bright spot for the Botkins Trojans. They tie it up at 1, and Trace Hendrickson, who's had quite a season so far.
Dave, that's in set number 1. No stats for Trace. I think they came right out here in the set number 2 and said, we need to get her the volleyball and get her in positions where she can affect this game. And they went right at it there, and it worked out well for them.
Ludwig goes for the corner, but finds Botkins coach Logan Watercutter. So Botkins will have the lead as that hit just a little bit too long. And that will put Jana Metz in serve. Ludwig, nice touch there by Reese up front. Here comes the Trojans. Hendrickson just a little bit short, and we're tied at 2. Maren Ludwig will serve it up. Platfoot's hit is going to go out of bounds, so Maren Ludwig will make it 3-2 and stay in serve. Metz, Hendrickson.
We saw that the other night against Bradford there, Dave. Jana Metz was doing a real nice job with that little quick set to Trace Hendrickson, and now that's the first time tonight she's found her, and it looked real good right there. Jackson didn't have an answer for it.
Hendrickson with the kill, and it's tied at 3. Reichert comes right back at it with a kill of her own. 4-3, beautiful setup and nice hit by McKinley Reichert as Paige Guy will rotate back in. In serve, Keona Suttles. And I think we're across the line there. And point goes to Jackson Center. And it's 5-3. Boy, those are the kind of mistakes that really hurt in the long run.
Especially when they've had a nice couple of their rotations in a row here.
And again, the point goes to Jackson Center. That keeps Keona Suttles in serve. And that's going to be in. Boy, what a beautiful serve by Suttles.
Talk about the aggression there, Dave. We were talking about aggressive on when they're attacking the net, also on the serve, going for the corners and going for the line a lot. Jackson Center girls are.
And that hit goes out of bounds and makes it 7-4 and puts Trace Hendrickson back in serve. Suttle's good server, 91% plus. And she's got her team into a 7-4 lead as Hendrickson will see what she can do. Pranger back over to Kloppenstein. And Reichert's hit just a little bit short, trying to soft touch it across the net. That makes it 7-5 as Hendrickson trying to build some momentum for Botkins. Reichert, Kloppenstein, Suttles finds the open space, and that's 8-5. Hendrickson will go out for Botkins. Avery Jackson will come in for the Tigers, and the sophomore will serve. 8-5 our score. Jackson with the serve, and she'll collect an ace in her first hit off the bench.
That looked like it had some curve there to it, Dave. It took a
we were talking about serves on one of the breaks, and boy, some of these serves, you can see them drop and curve, and it's tough, I'll tell you. Pranger up to Swiger. They get it back over.
Trojans in system.
Steinke trying to muscle it in, and Leah Steinke will get the point. A kill, and 9-6 our score. And that's going to put Janelle Plattfoot in serve for Botkins.
The Trojans have played well, and they've looked good when they've been able to keep it in system and when they've been able to serve receive well. So when they haven't, it throws all their offense out of whack, Dave.
Here comes the set. Soft touch up front, goes across. Here comes Reichert. He's going to find that open spot of the court and hammer it home. 10-6. They get Reichert in position out there, and that's a tough one to stop.
Yeah, it is, especially with her athleticism, Dave. She's coming from, right at the white line, and she's on the attack anywhere.
And she'll collect an ace there, but really some miscommunication on Botkins' part there allows her to collect it and stay in serve. And Tigers lead now at 5 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Soft serve into the center of the court. Griffith will get it back over. Pranger back over to Jackson. Here comes the hit by Ludwig, and now the Trojans will try and recover, and they're not able to do so, and it makes it 12-6. And Coach Logan Watercutter not happy at all. She'll take the timeout with our score. Jackson Center 12, Botkins 6. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Botkins uses one as Coach Logan Watercutter trying to regroup her Trojan squad, Jeremy.
We're across the floor here, Dave, and I think you and I both could hear and knew what the timeout was about. The word was communicate, communicate, communicate. We heard it about 4 times come out of Coach Watercutter's mouth.
Reichert picks up the ace, 13-6. Tigers trying to go up 2-0 here. Second set action. Steinke hits it across At the net, Steinke. Here comes Ludwig. Nice return on the front line. That's by Steinke as well. Hit from the right side there by Caitlin Barhorst. Into the net, and it's 14-6, and Reichert stays in serve. Ball goes over, soft touch by Kiona Suttles. He finds the open spot, and it's 15-6. And that's another one that probably shouldn't have happened.
Probably, Dave. I got a feeling tomorrow in practice they're going to talk serve receive a little bit here for the Lady Trojans tomorrow.
Flatfoot, Mack. Tigers. There comes Suttles.
Nice play by Janelle Platfoot.
Good recovery. Here comes the hit by Ludwig at the net. Good defense up front there as Steinke tried to get the block. Trojans. And it's going to fall in, and the Tigers pick up the point. Boy, that's good persistence by both teams, but the Tigers win that one out, and Reichert remains in serve, and our lead is now 16-6.
All kinds of young ladies all over the floor there, Dave.
Platfoot back into Griffith. She'll take it back over. Reichert back over to Jackson. There's the hit by Ludwig. That's going to be long, so that stops the streak, and it's 16-7.
I think Marion wanted a tip ball there, didn't she? She looked like she wanted a touch.
I think she was thinking that. Goes to the back row, and Pranger. Jackson, Ludwig. Point to the Tigers. Yep.
Caught the line on the other side here. Right underneath the crow's nest.
Got to scoot up a little bit. Wasn't sure if somebody touched that one or not. Guy with the serve goes to the back row. Platfoot. Here comes the hit by Meyer. Tigers on the recovery. Ludwig at the net. Reichert. Back over it comes, and there's the point by Sarah Swiger. 18-7. Boy, that's just hustling and scrambling and working at it and getting it across the net.
Just making something happen out of nothing.
I thought that one was a Trojan point all the way. Here comes the hit by Meyer. Strong hit. That's going to be too long as Swiger that time. Should be Botkins serve. 18-8 our score. Steinke will be in serve as Hendrickson will rotate back in as Emerson Walters will go out. Steinke with the serve. Ludwig. Here comes the set for Swiger. And a point goes to the Tigers.
Trojans in the net again.
In the net, yep.
I think that might be the most frustrating thing for Coach Watercutter right now is the unforced points that they've given up. You know, we've talked about the communication, and then they've had a couple of them in the net so far, haven't they, Dave?
Yeah, I think that's the third one. Kloppenstein in serve. Metz gets it across. Soft touch. Ludwig, somebody in the net, and that's again the Trojans. That'll make it 20-8 as Kloppenstein stays in serve and continues to increase this Jackson Center lead. 21-8 as the ace for Kloppenstein. Macy Kloppenstein, a junior. She hits it across. Good strong serve. Steinke hits it. She'll get it back over again. Pranger will pick it up. Kloppenstein, here comes Reichert. It's in. Boy, what a kill, Jeremy. That was a long range hit by Reichert.
I think her last 2 attempts before that were both tips. That time you could tell she just wound up. You knew that when that was coming her way, that's what she was going to do. She was going to take a shot there again. Go back to what she probably does best. Hit it hard.
Kloppenstein still in serve, an 87% server on the season. This one's a little bit softer. Metz back over to Hendrickson. Kloppenstein will pick it up. Reichert. Here come the Tigers. Ball is going to go out of bounds on the Trojans. Hit 23-8 our score, and Kloppenstein run off 5 serves in a row.
Reichert and Reese are both 5'10", and they get around that floor really well. Reichert came from the way in the back corner to get that one. It was in the almost on the floor the last play.
And there's the hit and the point. That's Keona Suttles. And it's 24-8. And we are to the set point here.
Suttles is having herself a heck of a nice little set here. She got 3 kills and an ace.
As Dee Lichtenberg comes back in, or comes in for the first time. A sophomore, saw JV action. Hendrickson. Trojans trying to get the set. And that's game point. As Trojans have trouble handling it. That's a 25-8 Jackson Center win in set number 2. So the Tigers go up 2-0 against Botkins. Once again, set 2 score. Jackson Center 25, Botkins 8. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Second set goes to Jackson Center, so they move into the third set with an opportunity to post a win and push themselves over the 500 mark with a third set win here and win a Shelby County Athletic League contest. Some interesting numbers there for the second set for Jackson Center and for the Botkins Trojans.
Probably the most interesting, Dave, is that the Jackson Center Tigers on that match where they won 25-8 only had 9 kills. That means there's a lot of unforced errors and unforced points, you know, from the Botkins Trojans. We saw a couple communication issues, stuff like that. Now, the Tigers are putting them in those positions because they're aggressive offensively coming at them when they do.
They got a very balanced attack up front. There's 3 or 4 strong hitters up there, and that poses a problem. And as the years go on, it's going to become even more evident for Jackson Center. Well, yeah, there's a good serve. We're off and rolling as Leah Steinke gets the ace. And Botkins on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard up 1-0. Ludwig to Kloppenstein. Soft hit up front by Reese. Into the net, and Steinke remains in serve.
I think the Trojans would like to get Trace Hendrickson involved here, Dave. They did a little bit early in that second set, and they looked pretty good, and then they couldn't get back to her.
And that ball's going to go out of bounds as Plattfoot tried to handle that hit by Ludwig. And that makes it 2-1. And Ludwig goes back into serve for Jackson Center. Metz back over to Hendrickson. That's what the Trojans need more of, but Reichert, good defense back there by Steinke, but just a little bit too much, and the point goes to the Tigers. Steinke was able to handle a hit. It just went up into the ceiling. Powerful hit there by Reichert. That's what the problem was. At the net, and no room there, and it's 3-2 Jackson Center. You can see Botkins trying to work that spacing out in the back row as Ludwig serves, and that'll be an ace. Jackson Center goes up 4-2. Ludwig stays in serve. Metz over to Hendrickson, and she'll find some space, and it's 4-3 as Hendrickson gets the kill. Jana Metz in serve.
Numerous times we've seen, Jana try to get it to Trace, and that has been working earlier in the season here, and they just have been struggling to find that to get it there right now. And when they have, it's worked well.
Reichert with the kill off the Kloppenstein assist as Paige Guy will rotate back in, and Keona Suttles will serve it up for Jackson Center. Griffith back over to Metz. Flatfoot. It's going to go out. And the Tigers are up 6-3. Talking about unforced errors, they're still there. There's an ace by Suttles. That makes it 7-3. Soft touch. Flatfoot comes in to get it. Metz. Trojans just in trouble and out of sync on that one. 8-3. As Keona Suttles stays in serve, and the Tigers. Flatfoot. Metz. Here comes Hendrickson. Good line play there by the Tigers. Soft touch, but Griffith will get it for Botkins. At the net, and the win goes to the Tigers. Looked like Paige Guy maybe
for the block.
And that'll make it 9-3. Not sure if she had any help there. Guy sends it to the back row. Griffith. Metz. There's Hendrickson. That one's in, and 9-4.
That looked real good there. Again, Dave, they're trying to get Trace Hendrickson involved there. Jana Metz found a way to find it to her again, and then that's worked a couple times. They just haven't had it enough.
Gabby Griffith will serve it for the Trojans. Pranger back over to Ludwig. Grease will send it over. Steinke back over to Metz. Here comes the hit by Flatfoot, but that'll be 10-4 Jackson Center. Avery Jackson will rotate back into the lineup for the Tigers to serve it up. Jackson. And Steinke unable to handle that one, and it's 11-4. Jackson remains in serve. Nice serve, but Steinke will come up with it. Flatfoot over to Hendrickson. And the block up front. Shared block there by Reichert and Paige Guy. That'll make it 12-4.
Jackson Center's serving is just putting Botkins in some trouble right off the spot. They just can't get a good pass to the setters, and it just puts them out of system.
Here comes Reichert. Trojans recover. Steinke will hit it over. Pranger, back row, hit. Here comes this hit by the Jackson center. Reichert. Hendrickson tries to block it at the net. Metz sets up Plattfoot. Tries to sneak it in. Tigers on the recovery, and Reichert's hit just hits the tip of that net. And that makes it 12-5. Good exchange there by both these two teams. Hendrickson in the serve.
Trojans did a real nice job. McKinley Reichert just kept taking shots at him there, and they were digging them out.
And there's a ace for Hendrickson as Trojans pick up point number 6. Hendrickson back over to Barhorst, back in the lineup here in the third set. Metz over to Barhorst and into the net, and 13-6 as the Tigers pick the point up. Baron Ludwig will return to the lineup as Barhorst goes out. That'll put McKinley Reichert in serve, 5'10" sophomore. And Steinke will save it, but hits it too long, and it's 14-6.
I'd like to see the Trojans try to build a little bit of momentum here, get something out of this here right now, you know?
Walters hits it across. And Jackson center. Reichert stays in serve. Reichert to the corner. She'll set it up. Nice block up front. Block there by Caitlin Barhorst and
Leah Steinke.
Leah Steinke, yep. With the block, big point for the Trojans. Nice work there.
Leah's played well up at the net when she's been up there tonight. Her and Kyla Mack in the last set were giving some issues, and right there they were giving some issues to Ludwig there again.
Another nice block, and it's that block went out of bounds, so that'll be Tigers 16-7 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Guy with the serve. Plattfoot over to Griffith. Hits it long to Reichert. Jackson trying to set it up. Plattfoot. And Barhorst with the kill, and it's 16-8. Trojans trying to build some momentum here in the third set. Trying to force us into the fourth set. Barhorst with the serve. Strong hit by Suttles. Trojans on the defense. They'll get it across at the net. And point will go to the Trojans.
Caitlin Barhorst quietly putting together a nice little night for herself here today. She's got 6 kills already on the evening.
Tigers Reichert goes for the back row. Plattfoot. Steinke drives it home, and it's 16-10. Botkins pulls to within 6. Barhorst in serve.
A little bit more excitement coming from the Trojan side over here right now, Dave. They've got to put a couple of them together in a row.
And Ludwig's hit must have been touched up front.
In the net.
Oh, in the net.
By the Trojans.
16-11 our score. Or make it, 17-10. 17-10 our First National Bank Think First score. Macy Kloppenstein, a junior, will serve it up. Had pretty good success in the second set, and she'll collect an ace there, and it's 18-10.
Yeah, they had 6 or 8 straight on when she was serving in that second set, didn't they, when she was back here, Dave?
They had a nice run. Very nice run. It gave him the big lead in that second set. Boy, I thought that was a double hit, but point goes to Jackson Center, 19-10. Kloppenstein still in serve. Boy, a powerful server. And it's a tough one to handle. Coming at that angle and with that kind of spin. And it's 20-10 as Kloppenstein making sure that the Jackson Center Tigers hold off Botkins in this one. Griffith steps in. Steinke not able to get it as it's in the Trojan bench, and it's 21-10. Kloppenstein, boy, she's really going to work on Botkins here.
She is. If you watch her serve, Dave, her routine is kind of slow there at the beginning. All of a sudden, then when she takes that step, and that
Boom.
ball comes flying off that hand, kind of lulls you to sleep and then comes right at you.
At times, she's a little bit long, so it's 21-11. Got that wicked rotation on the ball, and it's tough to handle.
You can tell it's knuckling out there when they're trying to receive it.
Leah Steinke with the serve for the Trojans. Springer, Reichert. Suttles gets it across. Flatfoot Hendrickson looking for the open space. Reichert with the dive. Battle at the net, and that one goes to the Trojans. 21-12. Steinke will stay and serve. Strong serve, Ludwig. Kloppenstein, Reichert. Good defensive work by Steinke, but the hit goes out of bounds, and it's 22-12.
McKinley just winds up from about anywhere out there, Dave. It doesn't
I'll
matter
tell you,
if
she's
she's
got
5 foot from the net or 25 foot from the net.
She's got some pretty good velocity on those hits. Maren Ludwig, sophomore at the serving line for Jackson Center. Hendrickson, there we go. Trace Hendrickson with a kill, 22-13. Jackson Center.
You know, Botkins goes back and looks at the film a little bit here tonight, and after this game, I would imagine the conversations with Trace about going at it and attacking, much like Jackson Center's hitters are. The couple times she's trying to tip, it hasn't worked. But when she's went at it, they've looked pretty well.
There's Reichert, 23-13. Kiona Suttles with the serve. Hendrickson looks for the corner. It's going to be in. 23-14 on the kill by Hendrickson.
It's 4 in the set for her, Dave.
And it's 23-14, 9-point Jackson Center lead as Gabby Griffith steps to the serving line for Botkins. Over to Suttles. Tigers just managed to get it over, but it's going to be out of bounds. And Botkins putting a couple of points back together as Griffiths will hit it. Kloppenstein, Reichert. That makes it 24-14 as Reichert keeps it in bounds. And now we're at set and game match right here, as Avery Jackson will rotate back in. Jackson will serve it, looking for the final point for Jackson Center. 2-0 lead for the Tigers. Trojans trying to stay alive. Springer back over to Jackson, and there's Reichert with a hit, and that makes it 25-15, and it's 3-0 Jackson Center. Third set goes to Jackson Center. They win the match 3-0. Final score in set number 3. Jackson Center 25, Botkins 15. We'll be back with a recap here on NKTelco Sports. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here And here. And here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Jackson Center prevails in 3 sets against Botkins in girls volleyball action. Shelby County Athletic League. Jackson Center goes to 2-1 in league play. Botkins falls to 0-2. 3-4 overall for the Trojans, while the Tigers up their record to 3-2 as head coach Kim Metz's team begins to pick up some momentum with the young group of players that they have. And a good night for Jackson Center. As you look at it, just a solid effort. We talked about it. The core of sophomores that she has are very talented, but that sophomore group also got some support from a lot of other places too.
Probably the biggest one is Macy Kloppenstein. When they were in that rotation, when Macy was back there serving, in the second set, they ran off 6 or 8 in a row. And then in the third set here, close to the end, she had, 4 or 5 in a row. She had 4 aces on the night. And even when she didn't have an ace, Botkins seemed like when she was serving, they were just kind of in a scramble. Like, she just never let them get it, received cleanly. She had a real nice game. Reichert, she had 14 kills tonight, and she was up at the net and causing havoc. Probably the biggest problem for Botkins, they just couldn't get Trace going tonight, and she's probably their elite. She's the head to their offense of being aggressive and being attacking. She's the tallest one they've got, and most of them aren't, able to attack the way she has. And tonight, she just couldn't get going.
And our player of the game tonight, all brought to you by NKTelco, and our player of the game, Macy Kloppenstein, as you talked about her serving game.
Yeah, Macy, like I said, she was on her game tonight. She's got that slow little rhythm back her when she's bouncing to the ball, and then all of a sudden when she takes that 1 or 2 steps and it comes off that hand, and there's a lot of rotation on it, like you talked, Dave, and she pinpoints that with accuracy.
And Jackson Center, as we said, goes to 3-2, and boy, after Botkins, they got a couple of big ones, but they're at home. New Bremen on Saturday, September the 3rd, and then Tuesday, September the 6th, a big Shelby County Athletic League game against Fort Loramie.
Well,
Kim Metz needs to be ready.
Hey, your sophomores need to grow up in a hurry now.
Yeah.
You got Welcome New Bremen to town. They're playing real well right now. They're undefeated. You got Fort Loramie on the other hand. I think maybe they've lost one. If not, they're undefeated in the league. You're going to go. At least you got them both coming to Jackson, but that young core, Kim Metz they're getting thrown to the wolves pretty quickly.
But I'll tell you what, if any head coach in volleyball in the state of Ohio that can handle it, it's head coach Kim Metz. Over 600 wins or
600
something
wins.
like that. President of the Ohio High School Volleyball Association, has seen it all, and is
34 years will do that, Dave.
That'll do it. A couple of state championships. It should be interesting. It'll be fun. In fact, all those, I believe, are going to be on NKTelco Sports. So some great high school volleyball coming up.
On the other hand, the Trojans get a chance to get back to 500. They got Ansonia coming out of the WOAC. They come up here on Saturday. It's a chance that they can go back, look at some film, talk about what they did and how they've, this week has progressed. What can they do to right some wrongs here? And probably number one, can you get Trace Hendrickson involved? And you have to serve receive better, Dave.
Yeah, obvious. That was pretty obvious in tonight's 3 sets. And as you said, Botkins are 3-4 now. They got Ansonia on September the 3rd. Tuesday, September the 6th, they come back with Fairlawn. And then Thursday, September the 8th, they've got Houston in a home match. So The week ahead is an important week.
Yes.
For Coach Logan Watercutter's team.
Yes, and she's got some girls who have played a good amount of volleyball, but she's got some other ones that they're just getting in the works. You know, she's playing Caitlin Meyer out there. She's a freshman. Jana Metz, this is her first go-around out there as a varsity player. So, you know, they've got a couple of them that are in key spots there that, you know, you got to keep learning. You got to keep figuring this thing out. And like you said, this week is a key week for them.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's varsity volleyball game between Jackson Center and Botkins. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Other sponsors we'd like to thank: Burke Petroleum, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwiedemann Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securicom, St. Henry Bank, and Wilson Health, all bringing you high school volleyball here from the Botkins Athletic Center. Also like to thank these sponsors as well: Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza, Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First, starting lineup sponsor, Emerson Climate Technologies, timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Player of the game brought to you by NKTelco. Also, replays of tonight's contests will be on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replays on Friday, September the 9th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, September the 11th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Once again, our final score from the Botkins Athletic Center: Jackson Center wins in 3 sets, 25-13, 25-8, and 25-15. For NKTelco Sports, I'm Dave Helmstetter, and with me tonight, Jeremy Plyman. This has been high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.